Going to continue, and we're going to get to part 14, Matthew chapter 5, verse 40. And I need to turn the lights on. Need to get this. Now get the text. This is the text from the last video. So if you want to grab a screenshot and go ahead and take a screenshot of the text. And maybe you can find an error or two that I've made here and then correct it from there and put it down in the notes or description below in the comments. And I will take a look at it because I don't like being untruthful. Jesus is continuing. If anyone sues you to take your shirt, let them have your coat also. Yeah, I took out the words to take your shirt, sue you for your shirt, let them have your coat also. This is just saying that if they're trying to sue you and they have this unrighteousness and they're suing you, give it to them. Show them that your creator provides for you because you're not worried about the material things. This is pretty much what Jesus is talking about here. Don't worry about the material things in the world. Your goal is to end up in heaven, okay? Whatever the secular world throws at you, just remember that you have a belief that is stronger than a belief. It's now that you're trusting our Creator, and everything you do is that full trust that He has commanded these things to do and do the commands Jesus tells us to do. And Jesus is telling us to don't worry about the material things in life. Whoever forces you to go within 1 mile, it's that word go. I put the word walk because that's what they had at that time, and that's what you would do. And they're not really, well, whoever forces you to walk 1 mile with them, walk with them too. This is more or less referring that make sure you hear your complaint against you. They're a misunderstanding maybe of what happened. Make sure that this force is actually whoever. It's not whoever forces you to walk a mile with them. Walk with them too. Um, this needs so much more editing or explaining than just because if you notice, these are all chopped up. These are all just little uh, sentences Jesus is throwing out, and they can be grouped together. But the object here is this one looks like it's going to go with this one. Pretty much, like I said, it's about the material world. Well, here it might be a concern about this person that has this. Whoever has a concern against you and wants to walk a mile with you, walk with them too. I think that was, yeah, I'd have to put whoever has a complaint. I would put the word has here. Whoops, I'm adding this. Wait a second, I changed text. Okay, I'm trying to think if I changed text here. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this video to see it. If I did, I can't remember. But the object here is whoever who has a complaint. against you. I always have to use this little spell check to make sure I'm there and it's good for the record. That way that I can't spell, but I need a little help. But okay. Whoever has a complaint against you, walk a mile with them. So whoever has, I need this here. Okay, whoever has a complaint against you, whoever has a complaint against you, walk a mile with them. Walk with them too. Then walk with them too. Whoever has a complaint against you, walk a mile with them. And I guess this would be a period. Walk with them too. Okay. That needs to be edited later. Okay. Now that verse is cleaned up. Whoever has a complaint against you, walk a mile with them, then walk with them too. This way you're really working out what they're complaining against. Be willing to really try to understand their position. Okay. Give to him or to whoever really needs, give to whoever asks from you, for you should not turn away whom needs to borrow from you. Okay. These green definitely still needs to be there because it's who wants. If I The neat word needs to be needs. You just don't give everybody for, hey, I need $10 to borrow from you so I can grab lunch, or I need 100 to do this, and not and you know that they're wealthy enough they should be able to manage their own money. But there's many that don't have that capability to um, um, they are in need, so give to them is what Jesus is saying. Give to those that are in need, that they need to borrow from you, and don't expect anything back. Um, I'm pretty sure Jesus is going to teach that somewhere else, but I just know that the word is give to whomever, not him. You might have a female friend that needs some help, okay? So ask from you, for you should not turn away whom needs to borrow from you. Okay, give to whomever asks from you, for you should not turn away any whom needs to borrow from you. Okay. Because the word wants is really the problem word here, and the word him, which would have been over here as well. You have heard it said, well, you don't need to say that it's said. You have heard, you will love your neighbor and hate your enemy. You will not love your neighbor. You will have love for your neighbor, okay? The word have needs to be put in here because so many people I hear misusing these words written exactly as they are. this needs to be put into the text that you're supposed to have a love for your neighbor, because your neighbor can actually be rotten to you. Okay. They are always they aren't be always as obedient to our Creator as you are. So, or hopefully as you are. So just it needs the word have here and then remove those other words. Okay. I've said this before about the word pray. Here, uh, it is a petition. When you're asking for something, it is a petition. Jesus knows that. There's a difference, okay? Pray is to talk to your Creator about your concerns about your family, yourself, and um, on a one-to-one basis. But when you start to ask about needing something, or um, I would like you to help my family is going through this medical emergency, that's a petition. Okay. So you need to understand what the difference is. So I say, have love for your enemy. You will love. Okay. Here's that verse that I hear being misused so many times. I say, love, you have love for you love your enemy. Yeah. I say to you, love your enemies. Okay. No, you're not supposed to have love for your enemies, because they are your enemies. But you can have a love for your enemies by this petitioning our Creator, or for those who persecuted you. Okay. I say, have love for your enemy and petition Him for those who have prosecuted you. I guess it might need another comma here. I'm not sure. Just the way I'm reading it in my head, I'm not sure if a comma goes here or not. I say, have love for your enemy and petition Him, which would be our Creator, for those who prosecute, and for those. Okay, yeah, this needs to be corrected here. I say, have love for your enemies and petition Him, for they have persecuted you. Have love for your enemies and petition by petitioning Him. I'm going to put our, and I'm going to put Father here as a title. Okay. Oops. Wrong size text. I got to take care of that macro. That just doesn't look right. It is. think that's, I say have love for your enemy by petitioning our Father, that for they have persecuted you. Because that's how they ended up being your enemy, because they persecuted you. And you're petitioning to help them. Yes, that's the correct. This is now very good, very good. Because I was hoping only to correct, because I know that the text that I've got coming up, when I put this together, I'm going to show you it all put together and show you a bunch of corrections again. So, like I said, this is the first correction, but I'm able to do it now. I might as well. By persecuting you, in order that you may be sons to your Father who is in heaven. Don't need the words in order for that to be, because you're doing these, you are, not in order that you are already. You are to be like, now it's not really the word sons here. Sons can be evil, so we don't want to have them. They could have turned away. We're looking for the righteous. The word righteous meaning those who are obedient to our Creator. For our Father in heaven, not who is in heaven. We know where our Creator is. I don't know, Father who in heaven? No. Father in heaven. And now we have Jesus teaching the world flat is flat. For he causes his sun to rise and causes evil and good, and sends rain upon the righteous and unrighteous. We don't need any of those words. We know our Creator is the cause of everything. And we also know that Jesus would know the world is round. We can show that in the Hebrew text. But the object here is Jesus all of a sudden, he causes the sun to rise. Somebody at that time thought the world was flat. So they got Jesus saying the world is flat. I think I will use that one on the Trinity argument that I've got building up here. And you are to be like the righteous for our Father in heaven. Yes, those that have already entered into heaven, but they haven't entered into heaven are to be like the righteous for our Father in heaven. Yeah, okay, it doesn't mean that they're already in heaven. Okay. But for who you're doing these things for. Okay. Let's see here. If you love those who love you, what reward have you? Do not even the tax gatherers do the same? This is what I was speaking about earlier about, I think it might have been the last video. I'm not sure. But the object is slapping one on the cheek and then turning the other cheek. Okay, you have one being overpower. Let me see, what was that group? Okay, here it is. Whomever asks from you, whom is in need to borrow. I think that's what I want to get to. No, but I know this is one of those verses that I knew that Jesus was saying that you are to love other people, but when they come after you and they don't, okay, that's what it was. It was about the one walking with more than one part way and then with the other. This is the love that you're supposed to have for people, that you show them that you have the time to work with their concerns. Okay. Now there's other verses up there that also would be able to be referred to these verses here. We don't need the words here. Don't even the tax gatherers do the same. It's not so much. Well, we already have that in this. When you have these words said, if you love those who love you, what reward have you from him? You don't need a double statement of referring to, because they treated tax gatherers as evil people. Because they were corrupt. They could have asked you for different, one person they're asking so much money from, and another group they're asking a different amount, and they're pocketing them. So I can see where this tax gatherers is used as a corruption, okay? And those that are corrupt, they like each other type of thing. Well, this is what Jesus is trying to, he doesn't need to say this, okay? If you love those who love you, what reward have you from him, meaning from our creator? But the object here is I'm pretty sure this is going to go on. Yeah, it's going to go on and keep teaching these how to advance your obedience by acting right, by your righteousness. You will be doing more good and not worried about the material world. You're supposed to give to those that have need. You're not supposed to get anything back from you, but it is to be shared with others around you that you don't. You will help your family out, I hope. Those in your family, they have need, that you would come to their aid and not worry about being paid back. But I know there's those that don't, but they aren't being obedient to our Creator. When you're obedient to our Creator, you will love your family and you'll do unto them more than you would to a stranger. But the stranger too is a need. And this is what our Creator is saying, that if you help out someone outside your family, this goes to the part where he wants you to share your belief and trust in him he will reward you. So, and when Jesus is talking this one verse, if you love those who love you, what reward have you from him? And it's really speaking about, you will have reward for helping your family, but he will reward you more if you help others. Okay, that's pretty much what this verse is saying. Okay, here again, this is the same, that if you greet your brothers and sisters, we need the ladies involved here only, how will you be established more? How do you establish more? Meaning, how do you establish more brothers and sisters? Here again, this verse, Jesus is replying that if you go outside your group that you understand and start knowing others, you will be greeting them as well. Strangers, hi, how you doing? This way, you're making friends by, if you only say hi to your friends all the time, your friends don't grow. They stay the same unless somebody else friends another friend and then brings them into the group. Then you find out that way. What Jesus is saying, that if you're greeting your brothers and sisters only, how do you establish more friends? So the thing here is he's saying, greet those that you see every day, just as a little high, whatever, just to know that, let them know that you're an open person, and maybe at that time, uh, uh, over time, they'll become your friend, and that's what you're hoping for. Um, Say that you're young and single. Don't be afraid to say hi to the opposite sex and want to become their friends. I know someone will want to say, um, I would like to be more than friends. I'd like to go together. But then what you would do is say, I think you're a nice person, but I'm really, I don't think you have enough things in common, but I don't want to lose you for a friend. Maybe one of my friends that I can introduce you to will share their likeness for you, and maybe you two can get together. And that way, um, your friendship really grows with the opposite sex, and it's easier to find um, someone to live with later, to become married with. Um, After one, when a woman says they love their male, their husband, um, they still want friends. Okay. So the thing here is the friendships can grow more and more as you get older, because there's a certain time when you're making friends when you're young, but you can also make friends as you get older. And that's the better part of the second part of your life. That after you have found someone to share your love with, then it becomes another sharing of friendship with other friends. In just by greeting people all the time allows you to have more friends. And this is what Jesus is pretty much saying. If you greet your brothers and sisters only, how do you establish more brothers and sisters? Okay. So this is how do you, the word do more. How do you do more? How do you establish more? Oh, very easy to correct some of these words here. Don't need the word therefore. I've got the original text here with all the little letters missing here. I've got them in this verse here. Don't need the word therefore. You are to be perfect like your Father. We don't need to know he's a heavenly Father. We know he's in heaven, but a heavenly Father, I don't get that. Um, we don't, he is who he is. Uh, he is perfect. Okay. So we already know that we have a title. Um, we have other titles. We don't need to add extra meanings to the word Father. So you are to be perfect like your Father. And okay, this is where this video is going to end, and this is the text that got right now, and I will share this text with the next. Oh, I didn't know that battery was running low, but I will get on to the next text or next video. But you're seeing Jesus go through many, one verse, and then switching to another verse and going to another verse, and he's all over the place. So I'm sure that these words are going to probably, or these verses will be moved around to be grouped together for a better understanding or the meaning. Just like I was saying, whoever forces you to walk 1 mile with them, then turn your cheek away, or no, who is to borrow from you. Then it comes down here to greet only your brothers to become more friendship. Some of this relates to each other, but some of it doesn't. Okay, enough with that, and on to the next video.